Previously on Tradwife's Hating Pop Music.
Are the Rolling Stones. More like the Rolling Sluts. The US is a proud, kink-free zone. The Who, more like the Whores.
The dangers of heavy metal.
Hello everyone. I want to warn you about a new kind of rock music that is worse than Elvis, worse than the Beatles. I know, you thought that was bad. But that was nothing compared to what we're dealing with now in the 70s. It's even worse. That was just baby stuff. The kind of music I want to warn you about is heavy metal. You thought rock star shimmying was demonic. You thought saying you're bigger than Jesus was bad enough. Well, you're going to be so disgusted, you will be running into the nearest church as soon as I'm finished with this video. Heavy metal is poison and it's leaching into our drinking water. It's no coincidence it's called that. It's dangerous. Heck, you may decide to start a group to ban heavy metal. Together, we can defeat this menace. But I'm going to need your help. About 5 rock bands that could be in your child's record collection so you can be on the lookout for them and throw them into your neighborhood's record and book burning pit. It's important to keep your kids safe from these devils and make sure that they are on the path to heaven. Jesus is the way, not heavy metal. The first band I want to talk about are the Beatles of heavy metal, the most influential of all, and they must be stopped. They are Black Sabbath. Excuse me, but the Sabbath wasn't meant to be gothic and demonic. It's supposed to be the holy day of rest. I mean, they're probably going to be playing loud rock concerts on Fridays and Saturdays with amplifiers and loudspeakers and electric guitars. These men with their long hair are not an example of good family men. Loud rock and roll isn't for the Sabbath. It's supposed to be banned all 7 days of the week. Their lyrics are also demonic and definitely not worth listening to. It's only going to give your kids nightmares and mental illnesses. The guitarist of the band, Tony Iommi, cut off 2 of his fingers and he can somehow play guitar like he never cut them off at all. This is only possible if he made a deal with the devil, like Robert Johnson did. Want to hear something even worse? Lead singer Ozzy Osbourne bit a bat's head off. He claims he didn't know it was a real bat. Well, Ozzy, you'd know if you weren't on so many drugs. And I'm making a prediction. This incident will cause a plague on the world and lead us into an apocalypse a few decades from now. You heard it here first, folks. Be prepared and buy your doomsday preparedness kits, because it's going to get even worse. Fire and brimstone. The second band I want to warn you about are Coven. Black Sabbath may be the biggest name in heavy metal, but I did my research and found out about a band that came out before them called Coven. Ooh, witchcraft. Didn't we used to burn witches? Maybe we should go back to that. Time to burn some Coven records so the kids don't get a hold of them. What's even worse is that this band are closer to home. They are not British. They are American. How is this even allowed? Nixon, explain yourself. Here they are doing the sign of the horns, which means they worship the devil. They're the ones who invented this, by the way. Devils have horns, right? Their debut album is called Witchcraft Destroys Minds and Reaps Souls. Quite explicit what their goal is with their music. There's even a track on it called Satanic Mass. Rumor has it the band inspired Charles Manson and his cult to kill people. These guys predicted the rise of Black Sabbath, with the first track being called Black Sabbath and one of the band members being called Oz Osbourne. Illuminati confirmed. I blame Coven for this whole heavy metal problem. You need to make sure that your kids go to the real mass, not the satanic crap. The third band I want to warn you about are Deep Purple. They started off as a poppy group, but suddenly when the calendar changed from the 60s to the 70s, they turned to heavier, louder rock music and went on a bad path. I knew that long-haired man Ian Gillan was nothing but trouble, but there were warning signs. There always are. They were signed to a record label called Tetragrammaton. Why would you name a record label that sells rock music that? It's blasphemy. 1972 was the year of them further corrupting the youth, first with that noisy song Smoke on the Water. Why would you glorify someone burning down a hotel and putting people's lives at risk? That person's going to hell. What's especially annoying is that I can't go anywhere without hearing some annoying kids blasting that song or trying to play it on guitar. That and Iron Man. Those 2 songs, worst songs ever. We need to have those banned. But now that I think about it, that guy burning down the hotel may have done a good thing. You know why? Serves these people right for going to a rock concert. Anyway, do you want to know an even creepier song than Smoke on the Water? That song is Strange Kind of Woman. They were originally going to call it Prostitute. Yes, what a great example for the kids. And on their album Deep Purple and Rock, they have a song called Bloodsucker. Do you think they're predicting Ozzy Osbourne biting a bat's head off with that one? It's some food for thought. Just make sure you're not eating bat. The fourth band I want to warn you about are Judas Priest. With a name like Judas Priest, what were you expecting? Who wants to glorify a traitor? What's the cost of a concert ticket? 30 pieces of silver? Gross. Keep your silver and give it to the church. Also, look at their outfits. Leather looks pretty gay. The cover of Sad Wings of Destiny looks like hell. The album after that has a song called Sinner. Who wants to encourage sinning? Be a better example to the youth and ditch the gay outfits and the blasphemous lyrics. The fifth and final musician I'm going to warn you about is Alice Cooper, a musician who is not worthy for anyone's ears or record collections or eyes. First off, why does this man have a woman's name and why is he wearing makeup? He looks evil. You thought his inspiration, Screaming Jay Hawkins, was bad enough with his putting spells on people. Well, he's an even bigger freak show who encourages kids to drop out of school, and I saved the worst for last. On his $1 Billion Babies tour, he incorporates snakes and baby dolls with fake blood on them, literally taking the Beatles' Butcher cover one step further. I know who is going to hell. All of these rock stars. Sinners, the lot of them. Welcome to my nightmare, the 1970s. I gotta go to church so I can cleanse my soul and ensure that I get to heaven. I suggest you do the same.